Wait, I don't have it open.
It's okay. All right, so I think we are live now.
Oh,
Do you want to check out to see if it started on your end?
yeah, it started.
Let me see.
I see
Yep.
it. Hello.
Everybody can be heard.
Uh,
One
I
second.
don't.
Yeah, go ahead. 1 second.
Yeah, it started.
All right.
Um,
Okay, you guys see my my avatar?
yeah, I see it.
Oh yeah, I see that.
That's cool.
It's quite lovely.
I'm glad you like my avatar. So,
Yes,
what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
very dapper,
Pretty
Very
good.
demure. Very demure.
very demure, very
That's good.
mindful, very cutesy.
All right. Well, I'm excited to introduce Darkundeadspawn. Is that what you want to be called?
Yeah.
All right. So, Darq is a highly skilled level designer known for his incredible work in Unreal Engine. Not only has he contributed some amazing levels to Bloodbound, which is the game I currently work on, but he has also been developing his own game called The Cult. Darq brings a lot of creativity and knowledge to the world of game designing. So today he's going to share his insight from his journeys, tips, maybe inspirations and environments that he has created. So uh, without further ado, let's welcome Darkspawn Undead. So
You said my name backwards, but that's cool.
Dark. Oh wait, it's Darkundeadspawn, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I always get
Being
them
fancy
confused.
with the
It's
title, you know.
Spawn.
it.
Spawn is the character.
Right,
Remember
right.
Spawn?
Yeah, and is Dark Undead another character?
I just kind of like. I played this game back
Mm-hmm.
then.
Right.
There was a version. There was like a version of Spawn that was Dark Ages Spawn. So instead of calling him Dark Ages Spawn, like with my name,
Mm-hmm.
I just put Undead because he's also dead.
Gotcha. Oh, I
So
see. I see.
Dark Undead Spawn. That's why I came up with the name.
Very morbid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spawn's a very underground character.
I just think
Yeah.
of a clown.
Actually, if it
The
wasn't for a
clown.
friend I had in elementary, I would have not known about Dark. He brought his comics. He was a backpack kid, and he brought his comics. He entered and he
Very
showed me the
underground
world.
character.
It was pretty
Really?
interesting. Yeah,
Oh, the comics were really dark, weren't they?
yeah, they were. They had like
What?
I think they had like a Marvel vibe to them. Not sure they're not,
Did
but I don't think they're not Marvel, right? It's
they
its
bring
own entity.
And it's his own identity.
Yeah.
my ghost?
So, Dark, do you want to show us some levels from the Cult or from Bloodbound first? I'll leave it up to you.
I'll probably show you. Uh, see. I'll probably show you Bloodbound first.
All right. Yep.
I'm kind of
Well,
struggling to open the Cult right now.
okay. Let's see. How's your 3D modeling going, Roxy?
Oh, it's been on a hold. I've been working on YouTube. I started a new uh a new channel. Well,
Gotcha.
couple. Yeah. Oh,
Let me
had to
change
plug it.
this.
Had to plug it in, letting people know we're live.
You got the plugins.
Getting the plugins. Yep. All eyes on Dark.
Dark. So so dark.
Yeah. Let me just see if I can get the cult open just real quick. Sorry about that.
No, no worries.
How about you? How about you, Dev Games? What you been up to, huh?
Well, you can call me Sketch, and basically, been up to a lot of things.
Sketch, huh?
I
So what's
recently asked Dark about the cult. Kind of want to get my feet wet on my hands on coding again. So I've been really in an inspiration mode. I told him
what
about the Tremor game that I was thinking about,
oh
but
dying.
Dark's like, hey, you gotta focus on these projects.
Yeah. Yeah, you're ambitious. I see that. You're like out there every day. You're like, hey, get this going. Process like the whole effort thing that you've been talking about you made like a post recently about keeping yourself focused on like tasks, right?
The post, let's see. I think that I wrote an article regarding that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, mastering level design, and you
Mhm.
also did like another one about getting like you mentioned it on the Discord as well. You mentioned that you're how to get your task done professionally and efficiently, like when you're trying to master things. You were telling this one
Yeah.
guy, I
Yeah,
forgot
I believe so. Yeah.
what was his name? It was in the introductions. Um, yeah, something about the tutorials. People really love your tutorials from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, but then I've been getting a steady wave of views, and
Of
I'm
followers.
just glad I could make a impact on starting developers.
Yeah, you seem to be making like a quite an upstart because you're getting a lot of traction coming in through the Discord again with all those like people that watch. And it's as a person who studies like on Blender through YouTube University, all
Mm.
those tutorials really do help
Yeah, I've,
from what
yeah,
I
I'm glad.
noticed.
Yeah, and if they get stuck, I just tell them to come to the Discord, and I can get specific with them.
Uh-huh.
As long you know, it's I can diagnose their problem. Yeah.
Like a
All right,
doctor,
I got
huh?
the cult opening too, so I could show you Bloodbound first,
Okay.
uh, and
Can
then the
you,
cult will be next.
in the meantime, can you like talk about like the challenges you faced on Bloodbound on the levels, maybe, um, from from the start?
Oh man, this
You're
is gonna
like,
be like 4 hours long.
yeah,
That's nice. We're ready for it.
we're ready for it. I mean, you could tell us.
Popcorn ready.
I mean, you could maybe tell us how the difficulties from now to then to now. You know, from then to now.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, I'll try
Uh,
my best to
what
explain everything.
I guess you could start off when you started modding for that one zombie game. Remember that mod or that level design you showed me back in the days?
Was it a
Oh
Cry of Fear?
yeah. Uh, no, not Cry of Fear. It was Land of the Dead.
Yeah. Is that what got
Oh,
you? Is that what got you
Yeah.
inspired?
Yeah, it got me inspired. I even have it on my desktop, like right here.
wow. Ooh, I like your wallpaper.
Oh, thank you.
You know what the cult art reminds me of? The
Yeah,
one that you
the
have right
wallpaper
there.
is fire indeed, man. I'm kind of
It,
jealous.
it gives me 80s horror vibes. Like
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for.
yeah,
I was
for
going for the
sure.
80s horror
The
vibe.
the
And
artist is very creative. Too bad he wasn't able to create one for me. But
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, He either got intimidated or ran out of time. But I
Wait, you
understand.
guys got an actual artist for the cult designs for this?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I got
That's
yeah.
hard to
Oh.
do.
So I'm sorry. I'm like curious now. Was he like a random like guy you guys just hired from the market, from like the exchange?
He's a guy that I hired from Fiverr, and
Oh.
he's he actually did a really good job. I actually was kind of intimidated to try and get like get anybody else because his looked the best because his was like horror like oriented, and that's what I needed. All the other ones were like mobile looking art, and I didn't like that at all. So
Yeah.
I kind of like stayed clear of that.
Yeah, they say
Yeah.
that the biggest investment that is recommended is your Steam capsule or your cover art if you're selling your game on Steam,
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
because that
yeah,
what
yeah.
pretty much attracts your audience.
How's my
Mm.
stream, by the way?
So far, so
Um,
good. I
Vampire Eric looking pretty fancy right there.
Yeah, I got inspired by a different game when I did this. I was just like, oh man, I gotta add a little of that pizzazz to it. For the longest time, I had trouble with the hair. The hair was always glowing white, so I had to make my own hair shader.
Wow.
yeah, as a level
Yeah,
designer, shaders really roll into it, huh? And the
yeah,
materials. Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
you really got good at that for sure.
You you really gotta understand your shaders when you design your levels because it's highly important.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
So
what
this is
makes them
what it
important?
consists of.
Oh,
You made that from scratch?
Mhm.
Huh.
it's
That's above
that
that's
hairstyle from L'Oreal.
that's above my pay grade.
You what?
Yeah,
I just
and I'm using the shading model hair.
oh
It's two-sided because all of these hair strands were only one-sided, so you have to check off two-sided so that it all registers, or else if I don't do that, I don't want to do it right now. It might actually cause a, let me see. I'll just do it for fun.
Okay.
Let's see.
you
Let's
gave
see
him
what it
that
looks like.
supercuts look.
It's gonna look kind of funny. It
Oh,
might,
I see.
yeah. Like when you look,
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
it looks a
Hey,
little
You made it.
translucent. You can still, you could, he looks kind of like he's balding or something.
Ah, okay, makes sense.
that
Then
actually
when
looks
you
like a good
just,
skin with red hair.
and then it comes back,
Oh what?
it's full.
Hey, you should showcase the latest map that you're working on for Bloodbound. That's coming soon.
What? New map?
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the Farmhouse. We actually did it. We actually scratched it out from the game and we revamped it. It's a completely new level. And he's working with the 3D modeler Shanitz, the one and
Oh,
only
Shanetz.
Shanitz.
Shanitz. I don't know why, but his name, every time I think of his name, I just think of like one of those like sealed hot dogs. You know the sausages? Don't know why.
Oh, okay. I think I know what
You
you're
know
talking
those
about.
old school like
Yeah.
sausages?
I
Yeah,
thought,
that's
I thought his name was pronounced Cyan, but like, he's like, oh man, I'm not trying to be a color because cyan is a color.
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to call him that too.
Yeah, I used to call him Science a lot.
Like, bro, your name too complicated. I'm just calling you Chanitz from now on.
Yeah.
That's
What
why
is
I
up with
changed his
that
name to
name?
Janet's.
Yeah, what's up with that name change? Like both of you, like you went to Doc Undeadspawn or something.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah.
now you're D dot 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 if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, what? I don't see that.
Oh, that's what I saw. Maybe it's just because
Oh, it's OBS. OBS is covering the names.
Oh,
oh, okay. Is it me or does Dark sound sharp? Oh yeah, because he's loading the map.
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
he needs the new
yeah.
Ryzen 7 900
I
9000
need new computer stuff altogether.
You know what?
with the 5090
You're not
RTX.
alone on that. You're not alone
Yeah.
on that. I'm waiting for that cyber.
Oh, Roxy, you should tell him
What's up?
about the new game that you try to play. Or Arc, right?
Oh my god! I just realized I need an upgrade. When I found out, when I bought Dark Ascended,
Mm.
and I realized I couldn't play it. It was just way too choppy on the lowest setting. It felt like I was ready to cry. My heart broke because I was all like starry eyed when I saw like the new graphics and everything, and I realized I couldn't play. I knew it because it crashed on the character creation.
Yeah.
It was so sad. I was like, yes, I have finally got the game. Then couldn't even launch it. Had to return it. It's not optimized, I feel. The game,
Hmm.
it needs
Mm-hmm.
serious optimization. Like it's really not stable. And it's unfortunate because it looks really beautiful. It's on Unreal Engine 5.
Hmm.
It I was actually able to make a character before my computer crashed. The details are pretty good.
You haven't opened up the level in a while,
Yeah, it's been a while. So I also like had to reinstall Windows, so
huh? Oh,
Oh,
gotcha.
you guys can still hear me all right?
Yeah, I
yeah.
can.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. I all the cache and all that stuff I upgraded recently,
Oh, I
which
see.
is let's see, I got 2 terabyte right there.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can see it.
Oh
So we
yeah, I
know.
saw. You got that upgrade though.
Yeah. That way, like when now that I open up applications, everything's not gonna crash on me.
Okay. So I guess while we wait, I guess I'll ask you a series of tips for inspiring level designers. You got any tips that you might have? Maybe any must avoid mistakes to warn beginners about? Maybe the file
Uh,
structure.
I would avoid trying to create your level without actually planning it out.
Okay. Meaning that you recommend.
I recommend actually drawing it on paper, thinking of a plan to come up with specifically for your level. That would consist of making a block out of your level before you start adding art to it.
Okay.
That
That's
way
a
you
Was
can get kind of an idea of what exactly how your level is. Think about what kind of mode are you making? Are you making a single player? Are you making a multiplayer? Is it going to be teams? Is it going to be like everyone fighting each other?
hmm.
Um, and if it is team based, is your game competitive? If your game's competitive, then you want to have multiple routes to get to a certain area. If your game is objective, then you would essentially create the multiple routes and think about the strategy
Right
on
on.
those bases and just pretty much start creating the block out and
Hmm.
then you add your art in.
Right on. Yeah. Another thing I did like, or what I like that you do, is that you add a UE UE5 mannequin to the level to kind of scale how the character is gonna be
Yeah, yeah.
in the
I use the mannequin as a scale basis, so that way I can get an idea how big the level is. Because
yes,
you, without any like actual measurements, you can't really get it correct all the time. So I use the mannequin to get measurements.
yeah. So yeah, that's actually a good tip. I would give
is
young devs. Yeah, especially if you are using like bigger models, make sure to insert your custom model so you can scale the world to that model. Fortunately for
Yeah,
us, we're using models that are the same size as the UF5 mannequin.
yeah. So it really didn't matter at that point. But if you are modeling your own characters at a certain scale, then it's best to use your own models for scale.
Right. Like for example, if you're using or you're making a dinosaur game. Oh, you're loading two games. Oh, the cult, right?
Yeah, the cult.
Oh, okay.
Cult shouldn't take very long. Let me see how many. Hopefully I'm not running out of RAM, which would be really weird. Okay, it's not complying, but
Yeah, just let it
everything
think.
is loading. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's definitely a good tips. Blocking out your level first. Pretty much starting from scratch, drawing it maybe,
Yep.
perhaps, then
Yep.
making
Outlining.
small blocks.
Start
Yeah.
from scratch, create the layout, what you want to make. I
It's
mean,
it's
a
very
lot of the
brainstorm.
before that I was creating was essentially Counter-Strike in mind, because that's all I pretty much played in
Right.
Call of Duty. So I kind of had the multiple route already in mind,
Right.
but you know,
I rem
before.
yeah. I remember that you were having problems with Bloodbound at the beginning because it was an asymmetrical game, and like you said, you only had Counter-Strike in mind, which is
Mhm.
which was a symmetrical game. So I saw that later on you started thinking about gameplay, like you said.
Yeah, I started to really think about gameplay and art style, which is highly important.
Yeah,
Uh, Honestly, from the time that I've known Dark, you've really come a long way.
most definitely. Yeah,
Like I remember your first map that I saw.
I think it was
I
the
Yeah,
was
graveyard, right?
yeah, it was a graveyard.
I was in awe. I
That
love it was so old school and the colors.
It was a good looking map, but
It
I
was
but I know it used to bog the heck out of our PCs because you weren't level designing with optimization in mind.
yeah, and think of this, like I was coming from, games such as like Land of the Dead, which was a very old game and a very old engine that didn't really need any optimization in mind.
Right,
Everything was pretty much baked. There was no dynamic lighting whatsoever.
right.
So I essentially came from like, doing modding, which
wow.
really did not need that because all the engines were automatically optimized for you when I was using them.
I think we all came from modding. Um, I came
Yeah.
from like Half-Life 1 and 2, but mostly I want to say 2. And then Roxy also modded models for JK2 and
I forgot.
dude, remind me of the software called Milkshake. I don't know if you ever
I
heard of
didn't
it, Dark.
that was the first one.
Uh
Milkshake
oh
3D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Such a That's a really old program.
I
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I know,
remember
right?
I remember I made sketch like a animation, a simple like raptor animation where they run and jump. We were trying to
Right.
make a simple
It was
animation
a
and
pretty cool program. It got the job done.
it looked dirty.
I'm
It didn't
pretty
Oh
even
man.
scrub. It
I'm
didn't even
pretty
scrub.
sure.
It just
Hey, who knows? It probably inspired Blender.
Maybe.
Hey,
who
I
knows?
wonder if the developers of Milkshake worked on Blender.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Possibly.
Right.
Shit was
We
so good for its
w-
time.
we need to
It
look
was
that
a
up.
free program, but it like
It was buggy.
I
I
don't know,
remember
like
it would
I
crash.
tried it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would try it, but I was like so confused on what what to even do, so I just kind of like gave up immediately when I just
That's how
it's
I
like, oh,
feel when
you can
yeah,
use Milkshake for modding stuff in Land of the Dead. And I took a crack at it 1 minute, and I was like, nope,
yeah.
I'm done.
It
That's how
is.
I feel when I open up
It.
Blender.
It's
What'd you
not
say,
that
Roxy?
bad. No, it's just crazy because I'm just reminiscing of the time that you also were trying to teach me how to map level design last time.
Hmm.
and and I remember like I did not know what was going on. I didn't understand a thing. I was just like in over my head. But now I realize as someone gets older, they start to kind of like see things more clearly. Like they can dissect. When I got on Blender for the first time, I was a little overwhelmed. But then I realized, hey, it's not that different from Photoshop. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except you just gotta get familiar with
The
keys,
program, yeah.
shortcuts and whatnot.
Yeah. I finally understand the shortcuts now. Like, I understand the memes
Oh
because that's how I felt. It it's like Unreal Engine. I need to tackle that. There's something I need to tackle still.
yeah. If
It's
you're gonna know about Unreal Engine, is that you need to know shaders. If you're gonna import your models into Unreal Engine, you need to use a specific format, which is two formats are OBJ and FBX. FBX specifically, there's different versions for that. So like there's the one you can use for animation. There's other ones you can import your skeletal mesh and all together your props.
wait, you can import OBJs?
Yeah, you can import OBJs.
Oh my
OBJs are
goodness.
strictly to props though.
Yeah, I know
And
that.
this is where
yeah.
the noob in me comes in and asks, what does this stuff mean?
So you know in Blender when you hit
Not
save
me.
as. Okay, you know in Blender when you save the project.
When you save the project, yes.
Okay, or Adobe Photoshop when you save it as a PSD, right?
Uh-huh.
But you can also add save as like JPEG, save as PNG file, etc. Right?
Yes.
So same thing with Blender. You can save it as a FBX, which
Uh-huh.
works well with Unreal, or you could save it as an OBJ, which is another format, and it still works with Unreal, as Dark was saying. But
Wow.
OBJ, you can use it on other software like a website that supports 3D or some other game engines. They support OBJ.
Wow.
So,
Hey, hate to cut you off, but I see Dark's farm map. Do you
oh
see
yeah,
this?
yeah, he's very detailed. That's
Wow.
what I like about Dark. He
You know, he's on the.
he tries to get the player immersed in his world.
Yeah, I do notice that from the maps.
Yeah, and especially with the sound.
Wow.
Oh wait till you see the bats.
Whoa, wait. I'm liking this scene right here. What you got going on here, Dark?
Look at
What you got
that.
going?
Look at that.
Wow! Are those? Wow, he's got that Silent Hill ambience going on. Look at that.
Yeah.
Alright. I
Can't
see
wait
what
for
you
the
did
sound
there, Dark.
effects. Look
He's
at
gonna
that.
have like the Silent Hill intro, like I just want to go like the intro cutscene from Silent Hill.
And look at this flies. I was gonna say fries.
You did you create those particle effects?
Yeah, I did. I
Wow.
at first I kind of like drew it and it kind of looked really bad. I'm not gonna go hunting for it, but I imported the flies from the cult into here because it looked way better. So so
Yeah,
now they're using cult flies instead of
that's awesome.
instead of the one I had before.
Looks like
They're less cartoony.
some delicious roadkill barbecue. Wow. So tell us the story here you got going on. What level design craziness you got? in your mind when you make these maps, especially this one?
It's mostly like inspired by other games. Like this one was definitely inspired by Outlast.
Oh, Outlast, yeah. It's a
Wow.
game that I haven't yet to play.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I got to see him play it. I got to see Dark play Outlast. That was insane.
Yeah, I think that's the only experience I've had with Outlast as well.
I haven't played the new Outlast Trials, that the multiplayer game.
Look at that. And those are sprites you made, right?
Yeah.
It's
Is
pretty
that the
cool.
trough? The feed?
Mhm.
Is that a rabbit? If I'm not mistaken.
Was that?
Yeah.
No, it's the cattle's head, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm
Yeah.
blind. I did not notice that.
Yeah.
I'm
This
like
is the
literally
feeder. This is
squinting.
the cow feeder that like went very like, bad because,
Let me put my
there's no.
glasses on.
By the way, chat, if you guys have any questions for Dark in terms of level designing, feel free to shoot a message. He'll he'll follow up for sure.
Yeah, he loves questions.
Yeah, he thrives on them.
He does. He's like, yes, give me questions.
Yeah. So
So the sky, is this like the color that's gonna be like the natural color of the
Yeah, it's
design?
supposed to be like where the sun's actually going down.
Oh, like a sunset map.
Yeah. So it's like dusk.
so what vibes do you want? Like, how do you get the vibe going on? Like, what do you, how do you
How
get
do I get the
inspired?
atmosphere?
Yeah.
Well, you have to give the credit to Chanitz because he actually came out with this vibe.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So he got the vibe for that because he kind of had like an idea in his mind, and he went with that. And
Wow.
I was kind of on the same track. I just wasn't getting the colors that were necessary,
How do you get
and
those
he
rays
really
shoot up? How do you get those rays to appear?
yeah, I'm using I'm
Is it
using a thing called volumetric fog,
got it?
Wow.
Can I see
and
the settings of how you applied it on the editor? So for the noobs.
Um,
yep, for
I'm gonna
sure.
like
Oh, okay,
get like
okay.
cross sides. Like my eyes gonna like just turn into spirals, and I'm gonna get confused. But I'm looking. I'm looking.
I see. Oh, so there you said the fog
Uh,
density and the height, and that creates
that is
the
so
the
cool.
sun the ray, right?
Right here, volumetric fog would create the ray.
I see. So it's not the sun that's doing that.
No, it's just where the direction is coming from. So
Gotcha.
based on where the light is actually hitting, which also the trees are getting
Yeah, that
the hit
that
too.
makes an awesome effect. Can't wait to
Yeah,
play this
yeah,
map.
and all the trees that are blocking the light is where the fog is actually getting the god rays. So that's how it's creating that look.
Bill Bill Burke says it looks really cool, and I agree. Like it's giving me Blood Moon vibes,
Oh,
kind.
you should show them the inside.
Oh, the inside. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, it does give me. It gives me a little bit of Silent Hill vibes.
It gives me Resident Evil vibes. Like, which one was it? Was it 5? No, no, no. 7. It was 7. You know the family?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it gives me that vibe.
Oh yeah, it does have that little
The
bit of
swamp
touch to it.
family.
Are you able to play as Joe or something so you can see the crows?
Yeah.
Wow. No way. No way.
Uh,
That's a lot of detail, Dark.
That's a little gory there.
You.
Dark. I don't know. Sometimes I think you're a little twisted.
there's a I'm gonna have to play as a vampire because I forgot about the collision for the stairs.
Oh, okay, no
I have
worries.
I deleted them a while ago because I I had planned to move the location of the house
Right.
and put it possibly over here just to kind of like fit it with the competitive theme of the game.
And by the way, the level's not baked, so once it's baked, it gives it an extra oomph.
It looks really good though, nonetheless. Like, it's the first time I'm seeing this
Oh, look at the
recreation.
ambient sound they put into it. Oh, I like the crows.
God, the sky looks amazing. Is
Yeah.
that the music?
And this only took them like what? It took you like a month?
Yeah.
Yeah. You really, Dark, you really, like, for real, you came a long way. For real. When it comes to your maps, you really,
Oh,
like,
what's up with the rocking chair? It's supposed to be like a ghost or something?
Hmm.
see,
But I want to like stay away from that.
Yeah,
I'll
I
probably
understand.
just make it like this.
Right. Maybe make it subtle.
that's amazing, dude. Like, oh, I love that detail right there. Like, that you put on the, like, doors, the balconies, like, the inside. Like, was that all you, or was it, like, is it,
The you what do you mean?
like, those designs, like the furniture, like all that stuff, like the what's
Oh,
that
it's on
word?
me. I'm
The debris.
the debris. Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
me.
Wow. Like, how do you create that? Do you like distort it some way somehow? Because I really like the way you design like the furniture, like the setup. Oh, like
How do you
even
like approach creating environments that align with the gameplay mechanics?
I'm sorry. I'm like so
I it's a lot of questions over.
sorry.
uh,
I'm excited.
yeah. I usually just approach the environment just based on what the theme of the map's supposed to be. You kind of have to come up with a theme when you create your levels, you know?
I see.
Yeah.
If you're creating a level like, for example, this is the farm. Let's say like there's like a backstory, like these vampires had killed recently the people there and they've been dead for a while, so that's why the animals are decayed.
That
They've
makes
been staying
sense.
here for a while,
So you got oh, okay.
kind of hiding out.
Yeah,
Do you got
everything looks
any do
lovely.
you got any Easter eggs on this map?
I haven't implemented any just yet
Okay.
because based on like we're gonna be moving a lot of the locations around and
Right, right.
haven't added anything. But this is mostly what this part looks like. But it is definitely gonna be a little bit different than what we have here.
I
Do
think
you
a
use
little.
do you use any tools besides UE?
I use Photoshop. I do use Blender. I
And
pretty
you've
much what
used
I've been using to kind of make some things for the maps too.
you've been actually getting better at it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're like a level designer and you can model, that's like you could get very far.
Definitely. Dude, you do not shy away from detail. Like, I'm telling you, you really have a good concept in your head when you make these maps. I can tell that it's giving me so many like vibes, like something sickly. The scarecrows you got
Let me
going
see the
on there for,
scarecrow.
oh my gosh.
Hey, Bill's asking if you got any tips for lag or optimization. Maybe you could show him some shortcuts, some tools, some commands.
Tips for lag or optimization.
Yeah.
Um, I would actually use this tool called Profile GPU. Um, pretty much you would need to like locate where your game is lagging or having issues with FPS drops. I would just use this. It'll take a screenshot of this area to see what is actually bogging stuff down,
Wow.
which shows you mostly what's taking it up is shadows.
So the higher
So
number means the higher number milliseconds, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, is what mostly what is taking up all that performance and where it's going.
And we've
So in
yeah.
this case, what you would want to do is actually bake your lighting, and
Wow.
that way you can actually reduce the amount of draw calls to the shadows.
And mind you, this is
So
for
this
Unreal
tool is,
Engine 4. So if you're on 5, I don't think you have to
yeah, it's the
worry
same
so
thing.
much. Oh, same thing. Okay.
Yeah, same
Well,
thing. You do, if you are going to go for dynamic lighting, I would recommend actually using the performance tool. It's very handy. So you would just scroll down, you would go to performance, and you would reduce it based on what exactly you want to go for. I found that 3500 was the best range to go for because it's hardly noticeable. So when I'm, see, the lights aren't baked, but when you go far away, it'll slowly fade, but you won't see the lights no more, but it's hardly noticeable because when you come back, the lights are there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I would just actually mess with that for the best results that you want to give.
Dang.
yeah, and depending on I guess what engine you're using, I'll also the only thing I could think of on top of my head is optimizing polys for the models.
Hmm.
Yeah, poly count. Poly
Poly count.
count's highly important. It's added on top of your lighting when you are using dynamic lighting.
Right. And also I guess if lighting like lights cross each other, it also while
Yeah, if
designing
you
your
have
game.
too many dynamic lights overlapping, it'll cause. So there's this optimization view mode, which is called light complexity, and it'll tell you exactly what is being overlapped.
Wow, that is so cool. That's a cool tool.
So blue being, very stable to green being good. You want to stay away from the red, especially the white, has too many overlaps. But since this wasn't such an issue because we're gonna bake the light anyway, so this part is actually not a big deal.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely a good
But
tip.
for any like stationary lights, you should be around the range of green, if anything, because you really want to stay away from anything going red to further.
I feel like
So see
I'm
the
like
pop
watching
in
this.
showing the distance
Oh, that's where you
being
added the
measured.
distance, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that it all makes
Predator
sense now.
vision. It's like
everything is
predator vision.
very
Predator vision.
It looks like
yeah.
predator vision. I just hear the sound, and then you see like a laser aiming somewhere.
Yeah, I see. You got you're
Yeah.
gonna have a predator on top of the tree.
It's gonna go up.
You have a wall of imagination, Roxy.
I do. I do. You can actually make a cool predator game like this. Like be like go where all the lighting is.
Yeah, for
Oh,
real.
I'm blind now.
So that's yeah, those are handy tips for sure.
That is
I'm trying to
so
think.
cool.
I'm trying to think of any other things. Yeah, just make sure you bake your levels as well.
Yeah, bake your lighting if needed.
Uh,
If
j-
if your light isn't gonna have like any kind of flickering, if it's not gonna be like if it's gonna be in a small space, especially like right here, you bake your lighting. Um, any areas that don't really have too many objects casting any lights. If you're using dynamic lights, just turn off shadows. which is very easy. You just go in here, set cast shadows to off, and boom.
And
As
that will bog
That
your
will not
not
that
bog
will
your computer.
uh, it'll help with the performance, gaining performance back.
Right
as
on.
a as a noob, when I think of baking, I just think of you putting your map physically into like the
In the
oven,
oven.
and
Yeah,
and you're just like cooking. You're just like baking the map. Like it's just like you just
yeah.
hear it and it's done.
Technically, that's not far from what it is. It's not far from what it is, because you're essentially uh pretty much like burning the shadows into the areas.
Very cool. It's like kind of like blending it in a way, like it's all blending
Yeah.
together. Very
They
nice.
call it, that's why they call it baking.
Except
Ah,
you're baking your
it's
GPU
cooking.
at this time. Like your GPU is taking a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Wait,
your
Bake.
CPU,
really?
depending on how you're baking.
Oh, the sky is amazing.
Yeah. Okay. You want to move on to the cult?
Sure.
Or you want to showcase another level?
I could. It's going to be a lot more to talk about, but let's see. How about the?
You want to do the new one that you created?
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know it.
And there goes Dark away with the loading.
Yeah, he's slowly
He's
va-
transforming, turning into Optimus Prime level designer as files compile.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think starting level designer should like focus on first? Maybe specific skills that need to acquire or like design principles. So you already talked about that. Start off with the
Yeah. Uh,
basics.
yeah.
And
Just start off with the basics and have an, I guess, a decent understanding of modeling.
what about artistic skills? I know you told me you were talking to me about how you go about creating map, how it needs
Uh,
to all blend in or something. Like for me, I would just pop props everywhere.
yeah. It's not really the best way to design a level.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know how you are very crafty when it comes to modular assets as well.
Very
Uh,
cheap when I.
Wow. Honestly excited what you got going on in the cult. I wonder what you got going on.
this is a underground layer. You wanna give us a backstory?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
It's very
um, it's gonna go a little slow because of the
yeah, no
shader
worries.
still compiling.
there's a lot going on. All I see is strings, a stage. It's like a puppet show. Oh wait, never mind. You go.
Did you face any challenges creating this map? I know you created this map fairly fast, but did you hit any
I would say like
roadblocks?
the only challenge I probably got was making a very small map, which is, it's actually not that small.
Yeah, I think yeah, this is
uh,
one of the smallest maps now that I recall.
yeah, yeah. It's it's just the overall layout of this. I had to work with what I had, so um, I just kind of like overcame that, and I started adding, props where they were needed. And the huge inspiration for this was a map of Call of Duty. It was a zombie hell map of Call of
Oh, okay.
Duty, and I just had this idea to implement my own.
Awesome.
And I just kind of had a huge inspiration with that, and I just created this.
Yeah.
It's giving me Doom vibes. Wow. Them skulls.
I gotta say, this is one of the funnest maps on Bloodbound because it's. Oh, I didn't see that.
Wow.
I hardly saw. That's actually really cool.
Oh,
That's the Easter egg right there.
that is so cool. Got some vampires sleeping in there. I really like that. For some
Okay, so
reason.
there's this angle over here uh, that I got. So this is actually inspired by Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, I remember
Remember
that
when
game.
the big bat in the game where he like kind of grinded up those other squirrels and put them
Uh,
in,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
and then
The
he would like
hats.
drink it from the tube. That's where I got this idea.
And you created that effect.
Yeah, I created that.
How,
Also,
how do you go about doing that? Is that a GIF or
It's it's all in the shader.
okay?
I created layers.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I
Is that on
used
Photoshop?
I used normals. Yeah, yeah. You just use with
so
Photoshop.
How do you get the
I just created
animation?
this symbol.
How do you get it to
Uh,
animate?
using the penner node.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot of like different like values you probably added in there,
Does
huh?
that remind you of Blender,
It
Roxy?
does.
Yeah,
The nodes,
yeah.
geometric nodes, right?
Hmm?
They're like the geometric gnomes or whatever you call it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
they're still
nodes.
nodes.
That's so cool. Yeah, now see, this is more up my alley now. I'm starting to understand these little different values and like
Yeah,
different.
and you could change the speed like through here. This is a instance, and the instance is just a from the normal material. You
That
can modify the values without actually recompiling shaders, which is what an instance is. It's
and that's
basically
okay.
for blueprints. It's there's a parent and then there's a child. So this is a child of the parent.
Got it. And that's
That is
because you created
sick.
the variable within the node, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
And
just create the variables, and they're all here, whatever you named them. And I modified it just slightly. All I needed was to change the speed to different ones. So instead, it used to go down and now it goes up, like it's feeding into something.
gotcha.
And that's
I
using
love.
that tube is where it distributes all of the blood around, which would make sense.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That is so cool. I love the fire too. The chasms.
How
It's like
how do
fire.
you get that effect with the chains? Are they animated? I like how the shadow looks.
Oh, that is sick. I just noticed that. Good eye. Wow.
Is something
Yeah,
being moved or is the shadow being moved? I don't see anything being moved. That's why.
it's just a this is a shadow being casted from the light.
Uh huh.
It's a
Oh,
light function.
Oh, that's awesome.
that is
That's a
sick.
nifty trick for sure. But that is being cast to the walls.
Yeah, it's being casted to the walls.
Holy crap!
How
I
how
thought it
did you
was I thought it was something physical that was moving.
how did you learn all this, Dark? Like over the years, like starting off.
Well, when you work on a project for 8 years, you kind of like want to dig in and figure out the every little nick and cranny of the engine. So I just kind of spent
Wow.
my time on it.
Wow.
That's
This
awesome. Yeah.
really shows, dude. Like these maps you are showcasing us
Ooh,
has
nice
really
coffins.
show us
Coffins.
like you really like your skills have definitely. I can tell you keep improving every time you work on a project. Like you just keep bringing in more detail. I noticed like especially with more professional people, they become more detailed with their work. And I've noticed
Yeah,
you really put in a lot more detail in your maps.
using the same flies and
Gotcha.
body parts. I created this in Blender,
Oh,
and then I
nice.
created the texture, and I got this result. I
You know
actually
what?
created a blueprint for it,
uh,
which allows you to adjust the head,
Oh, that's awesome. You can
That's
slide it down, right?
awesome.
and you could set the model
Oh,
of the
that's
head,
awesome.
so you could change it. It's gonna
You,
load.
Oh, I
you see,
see.
this is
I
why
think
it's
I
good
like
to
See,
that
have.
one. I think I like that one
This
better.
is why it's good
you
to
can even
have
do
both
arm,
skills.
Oh, I see.
or this is the leg.
This is a leg
Yeah,
skewer
Yeah, that's cool.
and
and you
body
could
part
Oh, you could
skewer.
change
change
the texture?
blood. You can change the blood texture yet.
That is so cool.
See, yeah, you could change it.
Mm,
This is why being versatile, knowing Blender, knowing different programs and making your own blueprints come hand in hand, huh?
Yeah,
You can also like keep reusing your little like assets or props that you make too.
yeah,
Cause I noticed you've been using I noticed the stuff that you make, you integrate it to your other work too. Like
yeah.
the
Especially
fly.
like the use taking a lot of the use out of what I do in the cult, and
Mhm.
I'm using what I learned from there into here. I feel like using blueprints is very versatile because you have the creative freedom to do whatever you want instead of hand placing these one by one.
Right.
They're all together and you can just rotate them how you want. You don't really need to
mm.
adjust every little bit.
Yeah.
They're all constrained together.
Yeah, that makes your
It,
life easier for sure.
it's
Yeah,
giving killing floor vibes. I love it.
So, you guys want to move on to the quote?
yep,
Mhm.
yep, we can. But yeah,
Wow.
this is what the overall level looks like.
The edges remind me of hearts, like little heartbeats. They kind of look. They remind me of hearts.
Oh, yeah. They do
Yeah.
look like a heartbeat from far away.
Yeah.
There's still some things that I can touch up on,
Uh-huh.
but I haven't added them yet.
Yeah, I can tell you're gonna put in a lot more detail. Wow, what is that?
Oh,
This would be the Slayer start.
Oh, so cool.
I like how you put details on the entrance, giving it a bigger open world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call that? There's a name to it, right? I know God of War used to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, like
It just gives it a
I
sense of
forget the name of that.
gives it a sense of open world when kind of isn't and kind of not.
you know, a little like thing I could see. I don't know what story you're conveying in this map precisely, but I feel like it reminds me of like a dungeon where they torture people or something.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's a lair.
Oh, like an evil lair.
Yep. Evil vampire lair.
Whoa, what is that?
Oh, it's the main menu if you want to showcase it. He
Oh,
he created all that
wow.
for the main menu. Oh,
Oh,
you
should I
know
really?
what? It might not work because it needs to hit the server unless you load it up on Steam. But yeah.
Oh, the
Okay.
sounds.
Like,
Oh. Yeah, I remember these.
it's funny. I created these backgrounds separately. I just went into Photoshop, blurred them, just to give it like it's giving depth to the depth of field to the characters, so the background isn't like the importance. It's
Right
giving
on.
more importance to the characters in the front.
Yeah, it actually look good once you play the main menu.
It
And this
really
one I
does look
want it
good.
completely dark.
I didn't know it was a
The
full
hands
body.
actually,
Me too. It's giving
Looks good.
haunted
we could
house
see it.
vibes.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's a trick.
You know
You're a
what I
phony.
realized?
I'm a big
Dark,
phony.
you literally made like scenes for every like little part, huh? Like you recorded them
Yeah.
separately?
Yeah.
Wow.
I implemented them separately on each section, and they can actually be imported for more. Like there could be more if I really wanted to.
You're doing this all on Unreal, huh? All of
Yep.
this is on Unreal. That's like kind of how you create a
Here's the
team in
shop
game.
area.
Wow.
Doesn't really go beyond that point because it doesn't need
Mhm.
to, but it gives that sense of like, like it goes on more, but it's really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What shadows and light can do for your like entire like setup, honestly, it goes a long way.
Yeah. Really does go a long way.
Especially like perspective, like the way you set your entire like stage and your
It
props and your
crashed.
like models. How dare it?
I know. I'm gonna have to exit this one.
Yeah, let's go on to the next.
On
Let's
to
go
the
on to the next. I'm not gonna save anything.
next.
I'm gonna open up the cult now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that owl. I'm actually like I can't wait to see what you got going on. It's been a while, okay?
So this is a PS1 style type
Okay.
game, correct?
Yep.
All right. So you want to start off with one of your maps, then we can go on to showcase maybe the demo later, near the end.
I like
Let's
your
start.
little setup you got
Let
going on
Let's start
here.
off with one of your first maps. I guess the hotel or the.
Like
Uh, my
before we
first
get
maps was.
started,
Mhm.
I want to know about like what you got going on here right now. Like, what is this that I'm looking at? I see you have some sort of organization going on here. The way you have
Yeah,
everything
this.
set up.
Yeah, it's a full test map, so I can test the game out and
Did
These
you
are all
do
your
all
test
this?
out the
characters.
mechanics. Yeah, I
Like,
did
you
all
set it
this.
up this way?
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
really cool, dude.
I really like the effects that you got going on. How'd you create the effect again? Is that a filter?
It's a it's a shader.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
it's like your workflow, huh? The way you have
Yeah,
set it
here's
up.
how complex it
Yeah,
actually is.
yeah.
Wow.
Because to kind of like downgrade the engine, you kind of did a good job because that's why so many games look the same on Unreal.
Yeah.
And you really did put some effort to make it look different, like if it was on the PlayStation 1. So
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm pretty sure that was a lot of work just on this effect alone.
just many layers of different functions that we had to create. I have to give you know, the credit due to Ricardo because he actually came out with most of this.
Hmm.
I came up with the fine texture mapping. That was all me, and he came up with the other stuff with the vertex lighting.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I remember you were working on the lighting. So that vertex
Yeah,
lighting, I'm assuming is very optimized. So
very optimized, very good. It's we're using a like a little button which we can apply that to every single light or mesh. We add it as a component onto every single mesh, and it'll begin using that vertex light.
Hmm.
But it does require me to actually um, uh, overhaul the models that I currently have and add more vertices to them to
I
that
see.
point, because it there's just vertex lighting. It's using the vertices of each model.
Got it. What is your inspiration behind the cult? Like what themes? Or
I got like the huge inspiration was mostly when I played this game called Murder House by Puppet Combo.
hmm
Um, I really like the horror aspect of the 80s and the B movie acting kind of it.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, this B
Classic.
movie acting is really good, and I kind of want to implement the B movie acting into the cult itself, but also add a lot of non cartoony scenarios. And
Right.
what I mean by that is pretty much like this.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Ah, wow. The headless guy scene, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You actually finally got it. Oh, I like that little cigarette butt, the ashtray,
Yeah.
that
I
detail.
started like dabbing into modeling, so a lot of these models I did model myself.
Really?
Roxy, you could
Yeah.
probably end up helping Dark out with these models since they're not so.
Not yet. Not. Whoa, let
Look
me
at
see
those.
them.
Yeah.
Very
Oh
cool.
look,
Oh,
he made a Easter egg for Bloodbound, Buzz
man.
Blood.
I like
Shit
shitwise.
whiz, shit wise. Giller
Shitwiser.
light. Oh, Giller light.
So
Citrus.
you'll
Giller
be able to
light.
see this better. Giller Light,
That's great.
and then Shitwiser,
Buzz.
Buzz Blood, and then here's the sodas: Citrus Sip, Morning Dew, and Opie's Cola.
Oh,
Oh,
peace.
what?
Not to get. Hopefully,
Okay,
hopefully you don't get copyrighted by Coke.
Eric care.
Eric Care.
I like how you implement your own like name to these products.
Yeah, yeah.
Painkiller.
Product placement free. Can we take a look at the characters that you got going? So you made these models?
I didn't make the character models.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Oh. Wow, they
I
actually.
did make a lot of the props.
Oh my
What's
god, this
that? What's
guy.
that character right there? He looks like what's his name? The guy from Batman. What's his name?
I don't know which one.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight.
This one?
Yeah, he reminds me of
Bale.
what's the actor? Yeah, Christian
Bale.
Bale.
That's the
He's giving me Christian Bale vibes.
I like the guy with the face. Wow,
Nice.
that is so cool. I like the animations you got going on with these guys. Wow, the gun. Oh, you can pick them
Oh,
up.
did you change the model?
Oh,
I updated the texture.
hey, I
Oh,
like the sound.
heck
Is
yeah.
that an M4 or like a? It's giving me. It's such a great sound. I
That's
recognize those.
awesome.
Whoa, that's super.
Some of the effects aren't working. Oh, there we go.
Are those effects custom? Oh, they have physics.
Wow, that is so cool.
Dang. Okay, we really gotta start working on this some more.
Yes, we do. Holy crap, Dark, you got something good going on here. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
Like I'm
you
actually.
are those can you kill those rats?
Not currently. Uh, the reason why they disappeared is because they ran to the closest hole
Oh, I
and
see.
they're hiding. So when I move away, they'll respawn back. Hopefully.
Can you
Oh,
step on those roaches?
the hell did I step on? Yeah, you
Yes,
can step on them.
that is so cool. Ew, step on them. Ugh. Step on.
Kill them
I s-
all.
that's actually what's satisfying.
Yeah. I was gonna say, imagine like a weird like insect stepper or crusher simulator.
Okay, I
I
just
don't
heard
know
it.
where that.
Yeah, I heard it too.
I don't
Can
know
you?
what I'm stepping on.
You got some mini roaches. You got Can you shoot the roaches?
Oh my gosh.
Currently, no. I
Are you
would
No.
like them to be shot though.
Wait, are you sure? Try it.
Can you stab them?
I
I
think.
gotta
I
The
think.
pictures.
I thought they were. You were able to kill them.
It sounds so disappointed.
maybe before. Not sure. Okay, this sound's not working. Can't shoot those.
Shoot the roaches? Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. I forgot. I forgot.
If I wrote just think that,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
so satisfying.
Uh,
I don't know
Forget
why.
these roaches.
you little cockroaches.
It's like you guys don't need an exterminator. I'm the exterminator.
Want to showcase some of your map or the
Oh,
map?
yeah. I want to showcase this ladder system that Ricardo made.
All right, let's
Ricardo
do it.
made this ladder system that is very similar to
Oh,
Half-Life. It does have like a few glitches and stuff, but you could still,
okay.
Ooh,
and I
That's
don't have to press E or anything with it.
oh,
oh,
I
you
can just
just
walk
walk.
up to it.
Oh,
that's so
okay.
Yeah,
cool.
and it grabs on. I could go side to side like
Mm,
that. So it has the old Half-Life kind of feel.
I
Honestly,
like.
I do like that because I always found it irritating to always press B or F just to climb a ladder. Like we don't do that in real life.
So
We just
this
go
was
up.
the, yeah. So this is the, the what I kind of like had
The
Ricardo kind of
prototype.
get an idea is usually just like this.
It's pretty much
They're
like
just
a
like,
cheap version
yeah,
of a
cheap
ladder.
version.
So
Yeah,
cool.
So the reason it works is because it's tilted a bit, huh?
yeah. It's tilted like a ladder, in which they actually did that in old games. Actually, they would make
Oh, okay. But it
they would
works.
make like steps like that. Yeah, they would
Hey,
do
if
that
it
in old
works, it
games.
works.
Yeah.
That's actually a really neat trick, especially when you're like trying to keep it like simple. The gameplay is really gonna help a lot too, because people really have that nostalgia of PlayStation.
So you got a
Yep,
storyline.
for
Uh,
sure. Let me see if I can.
is Roxy helping you with the storyline?
Yeah, let me see if I
So
can
you want to elaborate,
find.
Roxy?
With the story,
Yeah.
um, it's pretty much about Liam, main character, and he pretty much gets like his wife gets kidnapped by these cult people. It becomes like a missing person's like story, and he's
Right.
just looking for his wife. He's not sure if she's dead or not.
And Liam
Um,
is a detective, correct?
uh, uh, private detective, right? PI, if I
Yeah,
remember
he's a
correctly.
private detective. He used to work for the police.
Oh, what is that? Sorry.
Hmm?
What is this? Like, what are we
This
looking
is
at?
the hotel. It's a hotel entrance where you check in. This is part of the story of the
Wow.
demo actually. I actually want to showcase the demo rather than the main story because that's something that's gonna
Yeah,
come later.
I don't want
Okay.
to tell too much. That's why I was kind of hesitant. I was like, I don't want to give away too much. But I haven't seen this, and I was thinking about this exact scene, what it looks like. Wow, it looks really
Dude, the
great.
details
Sorry,
are
like
really good.
the
I really
hotel.
love the details on them.
It's what was it called again?
It's
Can you
giving me
remind me?
Max Payne vibes.
Yeah, I like the Oriole design you got going
Eric's
on with your
copy.
couches. You know what I
Yeah,
smell in
these
this?
these machines are like inspired by like I used to watch this movie. I still kind of watch it every now and then. It's Dawn of the Dead 1978. I kind of seen like a coffee machine that actually distributed the coffee, and
Oh,
so I
okay.
kind of like I modified another current model that I have with Photoshop and made it use this like wood looking finish to give it that old design.
70s look.
Yeah, and I used a program called Color Quantizer to give it like detail with dithering,
Wow.
so
This
it
is
actually looks like one of those wood finish vending machines, coffee vending machines.
the elevator looks so fancy. The whole lobby looks really, really great. It's giving me uh the smell of like old cigarettes and like coffee,
How do
instant
I
you
coffee,
mean,
man.
how do you like innovate within the restrictions you have with the graphics to make high quality assets? I guess it's the details,
yeah,
right?
it's all about the details of it. So like basically, if you're gonna create an object, you want to use real life as a basis, and I essentially took all of that from real life, and you can use like images and stuff. Um, One secret, I guess I could say, is eBay. eBay is the best way to see anything
Mm,
for the time frame that it's supposed to be, which is the 80s.
gotcha.
And here's the vending machine that distributes
Wow.
the cola. I'm thinking of adding an effect where you're like Liam can press E on here, like or the player, I should say, can press E and like a soda pops out.
That'd be
It's
Like
like a
cool.
random
Half-Life.
soda pops out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this type of game, I'm assuming this is all custom.
yep. Everything is custom.
Mm,
Everything.
and
Honestly, like
it really does shine since it's
it
custom and
does.
it all matches and it feels like that environment. Yeah.
Giving me Shining vibes too.
Yeah, yeah,
Just need the little twin girls.
yeah.
Any
I kind of I had to really use a lot of the inspiration with like old movies pretty much to
Yeah,
kind of
it's
get
inspired.
the idea for that
Where where did you get this carpet, man? It's
any
perfect.
on Quixel
oh
Quixel
Quixel.
Mixer,
Pixel.
Quixel something
Looks pretty
bridge,
good.
something like that.
Any of
Really
these
cool.
any influence from Bloodbound?
Uh, not yet currently.
Okay. Yeah, since everything's so
Uh,
custom, yeah.
yeah. I wanted to create some Easter eggs with that, like add a vampire somewhere, or add like a little Easter egg where there's a vampire in a room playing the piano, and
Oh, I see.
you get in there and you have to execute him, and he just turns to dust.
Okay. What do you hope
Yeah.
to do in the future, or where to go with this?
With this project, the
Yeah,
demo,
yeah. So your goal is to finish up the demo, right?
finish up the demo and get it out there for people to play.
Gotcha. How long will this demo will be?
I'm hoping maybe 30 minutes to an hour.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Pretty good actually for a
You'll
demo.
Yeah, for a demo and have its own little story, but also be connected to the main one as well.
okay, yeah. I'm motivated now. I'm
Yeah,
motivated.
definitely.
I have different variations because I didn't want to have to worry about like changing the atmosphere for every single section. So I made a. I'm gonna change this because this one's definitely gonna be changed.
Hey, that one looks
But this
pretty.
one's for night,
This is part of the
Yeah, it
demo?
looks really nice.
night and day, night day.
Oh, I see. I see.
This one's a fire exit stair.
Is your game gonna have a day a day time change like night and day like you
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
Hey,
It's gonna
Like
be seamless.
it's gonna be seamless. Like
Gotcha.
it'll transfer. It'll like fade. I'll do like a fade where like Liam goes to sleep and he wakes up at night because
Oh,
he hears
okay.
a scream because he just like passes out.
It won't be
So
where you're playing and then like let's say 5 hours
it
equals.
just changes.
Will
No,
it?
it won't just change
so
randomly.
Okay. Which you
so
could do if you wanted to, but
I could, but that's kind of not what I wanted to do.
got it. Got it.
Is this a scene that you know you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the scene where stuff happens, the shady part of the hotel, right? I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
Very freaking nice. I visualized it in my head and now I get to finally see it. Cause Dark and I have been working on the story. Um and I'm just it's so difficult as a writer to visualize it because you're not gonna always visualize. Wow,
I have to
that
change
that I
that.
did imagine. That I did imagine the flicker. I was gonna ask you about that, and you do. I'm so happy to see that. Wow, you you really outdid yourself, man. Oh, how you it
Oh,
looks so
nice.
Like,
cool.
You already added the functionality to break. You added breakable.
yeah, yeah, but
You
they need
particles.
to be forward.
The
Yeah, the
particles and
particles need to go
animation.
forward.
That's awesome.
So when you want to do that, for instance, you want to shoot a door open, does that require programming, animation? What do you need to do that in order to present that?
You can use like a sequencer and a trigger to trigger that.
Wow.
But it's mostly blueprints, right?
Dark,
Yeah, mostly blueprints. Hmm?
can we test it out? Like, open the door, shoot the door, open the door.
I can't do that because they're fading.
Oh,
They fade.
oh,
I
That's
made it
cool.
so it just fades, so you can't really open that.
dang. You know this scene has my heart pumping because it's like you feel the tension in just the design
Yeah,
Yeah, you
in the
do.
dark corners.
it's gonna need all that tension.
I feel it. Like
This
my
is at a
that
lower
spine
spot,
chills.
and then
Wow.
goes to the lower portion. So it's all connected. It's not really much. It's just that's how
Yeah,
big it is.
Wow. That's pretty big.
it's awesome.
Wow. It really looks disheveled. Like it really does. Like this is the upper or the lower, I forgot.
So what keeps you motivated, Dark?
Uh, this is uh
Lower,
this
huh?
is the lower one, so it's all the
Yeah.
way to the bottom, which Liam isn't allowed to the bottom until later, after
Oh.
he falls asleep and hears a noise down at the lower part because someone screams very loudly, and he goes to investigate. And when he does, he has to go through the fire exit because the elevator isn't working, so he has to go around. And as soon as he gets to the fire exit, he goes
Mhm.
down to the 10, the 100, the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's able to see all this, and he's just freaked out by the fact that the hotel they let the hotel get this bad.
And are you
Yeah.
gonna? And I'm pretty
That looks
sure that you're
bad.
gonna add the
That
cultists.
looks that
You're
looks
gonna
like
add any
freaking
cultists in this
Detroit.
level?
Yeah, cultists and just pretty much all around. But I want it to be mysterious before
Just
he
throwing them
he
in.
goes. Yeah, instead of just throwing the enemies in there, I want like a build up before actually revealing the cultists.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
that build up would be up until the cultists are surrounding a woman in a room,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when he goes to fight them, and that's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit later after find, like everything's gonna be where you have to break this. You have to find a crowbar in one of the rooms. One of the rooms happened to have a hole in it, and you have to go into the other room, which you discover a crowbar on the other side, which looks very bad. It looks very like run down as well.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can actually
I'm actually
get.
smiling from.
Hopefully it doesn't crash. I think it crashes. Uh
That's a lot of things you
it
guys gotta deal with, huh?
it's a little unstable because of the vertex lighting.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course.
Vertex lighting needs more touches. That I can all I need to do is delete the light map and I can open it again. Let me see.
We definitely need to get more in depth with the cult, or like what you got going on here, because you got stuff going on here, man.
Yep.
I see that.
Oh, well, I guess forget opening the night version. I'll just open the day one.
Right.
It's so cool. You have different versions too. Like just how time progresses in the game itself. It's really neat just to see it. Very cool.
Actually, this one will be better. This one doesn't have any vertex, so
Is
everything's just gonna be normal.
Is that
Got
his
it.
room?
This is the room that he arrives in. Happens to have a crack right here, which you could actually break.
Oh,
And
oh.
Hey, stop giving away spoiler there.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a big caca.
Ew, it looks
yeah,
like a sausage.
Looks like a Cuban cigar.
Like a
yeah.
dookie. It's a big. The dookie
It's
didn't even make
it's
it
a
in the bowl.
Liam is
it's a
such a
spooky
lazy
dookie.
lazy guy. He doesn't know how to flush.
It's meant to be there before when he gets there. So
Wow.
Yeah.
it's
Such
not
a
him.
such a trashy motel or
Dude, if
hotel.
I
yeah,
saw that in my toilet, I'd complain and be like, I need a room change.
Talk about bad quality. What is it, like 1 star?
Like, I'd be like, what the hell? Like, why is there shit in the toilet not flushed? I'd be pissed. You know, I'd be like,
this would
Why is
essentially
the
be the
bed?
location.
Why is the bed up there?
Yeah, so this would be essentially the location of like the bad spot, like the rundown, and this is when he kind of starts getting curious to why they gave him this room specifically,
Mm-hmm.
which it does look nice, but then the next room over is really run down, so that really gets him to start investigating.
Man, you actually really put work into
if
this.
that was my room, I'd definitely write a Yelp review complaining.
I didn't
0
think.
stars right
I,
there.
I don't think they have Yelp back in what, the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Is this where it takes place in the 80s?
Yeah, the 80s.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll bust a Karen. How about that? I'll be like, there's a giant dookie in my room. What the hell? Paid good money for
There's
this
a
room.
house.
Wow.
It's gonna build shaders again.
This is Liam's house.
Yeah.
Where's the infamous dinner scene?
Oh yeah, I do want to see that dinner scene, the dining room. Wow, it's giving me trailer
Oh,
vibes.
excellent. Yeah.
Wow, look at that
Uh,
delicious. What is that?
it's a
It's like
French toast with or pancakes with the butter.
Pancakes with the
Is it?
butter on top.
That's
Hmm
a lot of butter. You think Liam's gonna suffer a heart attack?
He'll be good. He's got his glass of water.
oh yeah, he's hydrating.
Okay.
The
Whoa,
sunflower.
let me see the cereal. I want to see how retro you got. What is that? Tony the Tiger? Or
it's just a,
he's look
it's
like
a
he's eating honey.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's honey
I
like
forgot what I named the cereal. I have a name for it. It's just I forgot.
It says Calais. Calais.
He looks like
It's
he's
something
eating.
like Tiger O's or something. I forgot.
Tiger
He's like
Oats.
eating cereal
Tiger
unhinged
O's.
with his
One of
face
those.
all devilish. Look at that. He looks
Oh,
so. He
I
looks so angry.
forgot. A lot of the things is untextured.
Oh, I like the pictures.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this
I
definitely
forgot
has
about the
Max. That definitely gives me Max Payne vibes.
Wait. Let's see those pictures.
That's Liam.
The
I
mustache.
love the mustache. Yeah.
The picture of the
history.
family. Look at
Yeah.
the tree.
It looks so like real.
That one looks
Yeah.
so easy.
Something that you would see in the 80s for sure.
The hair for sure.
Look at that tree.
What a handsome man with a handsome mustache.
Look at,
You can see it right here as
What a
well.
handsome-
It's kind of funny because it's kind of different for them,
yeah.
like
different, but they
people.
all look the same because of the 80s hair.
Yeah.
That's when they went to what's those mountains?
Family outing to some family like
To
trip.
Yosemite.
They went to Lake Tahoe. Oh, the car.
The car though. What are they sporting? Honda?
Can I see them rims?
That's oh no, that's a Cadillac
It does look like a
or a
Cadillac.
Thunderbird.
It looks like a Thunderbird because of the body, but it looks like a regular like Ford pickup or like a car, like a regular car.
Let me show the diner. I think
Oh, the
date.
diner! Oh my gosh, I'm finally getting to see the maps, the scenes.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm
I'm
kind of
di-
fangirling right here because
I'm digging the details,
yeah, me too.
especially for
The
this type of style.
design,
Everything
the
has its
design.
own style. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I can tell that this is a big art project for you, Dark, because of all the customs you've been making for this. Is like, wow, that looks great.
You did all
Wow,
that in Blender?
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
this looks
Uh,
great.
actually, like Janice had a hand with the design of this too.
Gotcha.
Wow, I like the
Add salt
setup
and
you got
pepper.
going on. This
Missing
is
texture though.
Yeah.
giving me
One's
IHOP
missing a
vibes.
texture, but
Oh, it's still
this
loading
one.
up.
No, it's actually missing a texture because I'm like in the process of carrying over the vertex lighting stuff.
Mm.
Oh, the
This is
background.
not
Oh,
vertex lit.
nice. Oh, it's not vertex.
Nice knife there.
That's the murder weapon.
Weapon, yeah, for sure.
Which they do find the head outside,
Wow.
Huh.
which would
That's
be the first
This
clue.
does give me 80 vibes.
this.
You need to add some people outside breakdancing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna
for sure.
just have just have like that
I'll
random.
do the mocap.
Oh
Oh
God,
yeah,
no!
do the mocap.
Someone doing the robot in the back.
A battle with the cardboard box on the ground.
Yeah, you should
And
put
then
a
start.
cardboard box on the ground, like just
I'll,
random one.
I'll try to do my best. I'll try to do a windmill on the
I'll
mocap.
I'll try. I'll try to make Dark a cardboard box just like open, like all split up. Oh, that's gonna be my first model for
I'll
Dark.
be just a plane.
Oh my gosh. Imagine just having like seeing like injection shots, like you can tell this is not a good place to hang out. Like drug paraphernalia all over. Some crack on the corner. It's the 80s after all, there's just crack laying around.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
just
So
feel like making a random character model in your map right there and just have them break dance
All
with that song, like
that. Throw the mini.
that TikTok song in the 80s, like
Do do
like
do do
Scarface,
do.
and they're just dancing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You
that's
should
what I
add
imagine.
yeah.
add a jukebox
Oh yeah, like in the back
and
there,
make it
huh?
functional.
Oh
Actually, you have
yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah, he has a jukebox.
Yeah, we gotta make it functional. I'll make my 80 beats.
Give him you can give like
It was a
Liam
night.
you can have
Oh,
Liam
nice.
have like pick up coins and like play random stuff, like pick up
Hmm.
telephones or like phone calls or like
That's
get
awesome.
drinks from a dispenser,
Ooh,
like a
the
cool
fog.
little
Nice touch.
wow.
That's such 80 vibe right there with the fog.
All you need is Michael
Yeah.
Jackson and the coin just going like
Thriller.
Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fog. I remember 80s movies were heavy on the fog with the horror movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Dark, I was gonna suggest whenever you see like some creepy like moment or like a cult, one of the cult people in the streets just walking around, just to set the ambiance in the background, you should make it have like some sort of sound effect, like like in the Halloween movies when you hear every time you see Mike Myers, it goes
Michael Myers.
I'll
Hmm.
make your
yeah.
own.
You
So
should do that for
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
cult.
I get you. Yeah, like
I think in Resident Evil
there's
they also had that
Yeah,
when the what's it called
like you
on
should.
Resident Evil 2 or is it 3? The remake.
I think 4.
Well, 4 also
you
had. Yeah, you should have
you should
music
have
for each big boss or enemy or at least the main cultist or something.
whenever
hmm
That
a
will really
cultist
that will really
can
make
be
that
super
scary
80s.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely a lot of stuff you can definitely
Yeah.
do. This
Well,
Game has a lot of potential.
I think I might have to
Definitely.
wrap it up, guys, as it's almost hitting 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was this. I really had a good time with this interview. Like I won't lie. Like this was really good.
Yeah. Thank you, Dark,
Learned a
again
lot.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
um
for sure.
for taking part of this podcast and sharing all your tips in terms of level designing. Hopefully, we could do another segment if you're up for it.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Yeah, as well as maybe once we have an update for the cult, maybe we could showcase that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to really go in deep dive on what we actually need to complete. I think a lot of the mechanics of the game needs further inspection, added more features to it, and make it less glitchy.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really want to make the shooting a huge aspect of it, and is really going to be important to actually have shooting because there's going to be enemies to shoot.
Yeah,
And I do want to have gore where you could like shoot their head off and all that stuff.
I'll be sure to help you out getting the guns set
Yeah,
up and done.
yeah, for
Can
sure.
yeah.
There's a lot of things I still want to add. Like I want to add more, um, little details like you guys were saying about the jukebox. You could press E and the jukebox will play something.
It, in all honesty, I feel like this game is the kind of game that you want everything to be kind of like functional or like unexpectedly functions, like the whole roach details, the flies,
Mhm.
the jukebox, the machines you have, especially the physical, like how things like move, like the cans and things like that.
The
I feel like
details basically, it's all in the
yeah,
details, and
it's
I'm
all in the
loving it
detail
so far.
and
Especially since
props.
everything is custom, everything fits in the environment, which I'm digging
Perfect.
a whole
Yeah,
lot.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it just brings out that atmosphere that you're going for, especially if it's a
Yes.
80s vibe. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
thanks a lot, Dark. Hopefully we can do this again.
Yep.
I'll
Yeah,
be
for
sure
sure.
to so your game, where can people list it?
Yeah, that sounds good, man.
Yeah,
Thank
Sure.
you.
yeah, if you guys want to wish list the game, make sure you wish list the Cult. It's on Steam. And I'll be sure to add a link to the description as well.
Yeah, check it out. It's really good.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, see you guys later.
See
Thank you,
y'all.
Devheads.
Later. Take care.